Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. First of all, I want to thank every single one of you guys. I just hit 1,000 subscribers and I'm so thankful for that. I know 1,000 subscribers isn't that much for most of people, but for me it is a lot, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys that watch my videos and subscribe to me. Today I want to share my tips on how to get better at school. I literally went from F's to A's. The way I study is way different now than it was when I started upper secondary school. First, I want to explain the school system a little bit, or the grading system of Finland, because it might be confusing. We don't have letter grading system. We have number grading system, which goes from 4 until 10. So 4 being failing and 10 being like A. But honestly, I think getting 10 in Finland is way more difficult than getting A, for example, in United States. I know it varies in topic and subject, but in most subjects, getting 10 is so difficult, and most people don't get those numbers. I want to make this video to help other students that are struggling with school, that may think they cannot get better, and because I was that student. Literally on my first year of school, I thought I was just really bad at maths. I thought I could never learn it. I thought this was what I was born with, like I am naturally bad with maths. First year in maths, I got grades 5, 6 and 4. So I failed one class, I barely passed one class, and I got like okay grade, which is 6. But then last year I got grades 8, 10 and 9. How? Well, I'm here today to teach you guys the ways how to improve your study technique, and like how I went from getting F's to getting A's. Let's start with the first tip. Most of the time I don't study at home. I found myself getting more into the subject I'm studying if I'm not in my home environment. At home you have a lot of distractions like TV, phone, your pets, your parents, your family members. So I usually go to a place like the library or coffee shops. Most coffee shops can be a little loud, so if you have like a smaller coffee shop, you know that's a great place to study. I love to drink coffee while I study. So another little bit weird thing is that I go to university libraries, and the closest university is in Helsinki, which is like an hour away from me, but I will go there at some days just to study. Like I literally just go to Helsinki to study, which some people find weird, but it has been really beneficial because just seeing uni students studying really motivates me, and it might motivate you. My second tip is to not spend so much time on your phone. And I don't mean just like while studying with your phone on silent. No, I mean like if you're going to study on the afternoon, don't look at your phone in the morning. Treat it as like a reward, so you can look at your phone after you have studied, because I know most people can be on their phone and then study and succeed. But for me, if I go on my phone in the morning and then later I study, I'm kind of in this state, I call it a brain fog, where I can't really think straight, or I think about the things I've read on the morning from my phone, or I think about my newest Instagram post or something. Like I can't put my focus 100% on the thing I'm supposed to be doing, but instead I think about all the things on my phone, which is stupid and weird, but that's what happens to me. And most of the time I also don't bring my phone to school, because I find myself getting on it on breaks, which distracts me more. My third tip is to plan. Here's the thing, you should do a schedule of your studying, but it shouldn't be too structured. And what I mean by that, for my particular exams this fall, I have made a schedule. And first I did a really structured schedule, which was like I literally had a schedule which had all the hours of the day, and I marked which hours I would be studying, which hours I would be doing other things. Yeah, that did not work, because something that strict just like doesn't work for me. I know it can work for some people, but most people it doesn't work, because one day you slack and you don't study for that 2 hours you have marked, and that you feel like a failure, and then you just keep slacking the whole week. That what happened to me. So instead, I recommend doing a schedule. But for example, you can write the days you'll be studying and what subject you'll be studying. Don't write the time you'll be studying or the hours you'll be studying. Go with the feeling. Of course, if you feel like just studying 15 minutes, that's not really beneficial. So you should always aim for at least half an hour. Don't be too plan ahead person and do a too structured schedule, because you won't stick with it. My fourth tip is to listen in classes and do not sit next to your friends. I know most people want to sit next to their friends in classes, but I found that in classes where I sit alone or next to a random person, I study the most. I find myself listening to the teacher more if I sit alone or with some random person, because if I sit next to my friend, I usually start talking to them, and even if I don't talk to them, they might talk to me, which distracts me. I know most people like to be with someone that they know, but after all, the main focus in school should be in the studying, not on your friends, because you can see your friends on free time, you can chat on breaks and stuff, but in classes the teacher is there to teach you and you should listen to them. And if you listen in classes, it's gonna be way easier for you to like review for tests and stuff, because you don't have that much studying to do if you have listened well in classes. Fifth tip of mine is to use apps for studying, for example, vocabulary. In the States, I think we used an app called Quizzes, but in Finland we use an app called Quizlet, and they're really similar. Basically any flashcard apps work well. I find them super beneficial, because sometimes I do have those days when I just can't get my eyes off my phone and I want to be on my phone, but when I'm on my phone I can also do something beneficial for my studies, like playing an app where I learn for words. The sixth tip is to widen your knowledge. So if you want to learn something, you'll get a way wider knowledge if you read news or listen to podcasts or watch documentaries, because sometimes just reading from the book, yes, you will learn, but if you want to learn more and like get a deeper understanding of things, you should read the news. I read news every day, every morning before school. I think it has helped me so much, especially in government studies. When you read something important every day, you know more of what's happening in the world, and you can like link them to the fields you're studying, if you know what I mean. Like if on the morning you read something about the tariffs between China and United States, and in the class you'll be learning about the economics of United States, you can link those things together, and that is really beneficial for your learning. My last tip is to save your old exams. I found it super beneficial that I have saved all my Finnish literature exams, because there's a lot of vocabulary that I don't remember if I didn't have the test, and there's a lot of good exercises I can do again. And also I can see which areas I've been not so good at, so I can really focus on those areas. I don't know about other countries, but in Finland we have particular exams, and I am doing my math particular exam. And basically particular exam is a test. It's an exam testing your whole knowledge, everything you have learned during the years. So it's not only one class, it's about all those classes you have ever taken, which can be really difficult to study for, because there's a lot of things you have to learn. But if you have saved your old exams, you can see which areas you have to put more focus on, so you can spend less time on studying everything and all those things, and put more time on studying the things you are not so good at. Okay, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was beneficial for you guys, and I really hope you guys tried these things that I just told you about. I'm actually heading to study now, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
You don't know if people we're gonna dig it, you know?